Good morning. Welcome to another chapter of life on our bee farm. It's Joel, Tracy, and Brian. We're here at our house in this beautiful gorge in the Finger Lakes region of upstate New York. We're just surrounded by beautiful forests and trees here where we live. We don't keep any bees here on the farm. We want to share a little bit about the area and what we see every day and what our drive to get to work and the places we have to work our bees every day. It's August 29th. It's probably about 10 o'clock in the morning. Temperature's around 65, 66 degrees. And we're going out today to install the nucleus colonies into hive boxes. You saw our two queen video. You saw us take the nukes out make these nukes up from our two queen units and put them in here to nuke boxes about 2 weeks ago. And now we're headed towards installing these nukes. Let's step over to the truck and we'll take a look at the equipment that we're taking with us today. We've taken all the honey supers off the truck. We're at a stage now where we won't be adding any more honey supers. We're just getting hives built up and honey filled up for the end of the season, getting bees ready for spring. So basically what today is going to be is that we have hive bodies with 6 frames of foundation comb in it that we're going to be installing bees with. Of course, we have our trusty bee smoker that we're going to smoke the bees with to calm them as we work. Our pine straw that we use for smoker fuel. And we still have a couple of queens left, even though it's at the end of the season. These queens will probably get installed in hives, either with hives or nukes that may have gone queenless, or in hives that may have a queen that's failing. I'm going to take some cranberries along with us to eat today, and also our trusty lemon water that keeps us hydrated as we work. So thanks for joining us, and let's get on the road and see how our nucleus colonies are doing. So we've got our equipment on here at our yard in Erin and getting ready to install this nucleus colony. Brian's going to go through the process and explain it to you and tell you what this is all about.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to notice with this nuke is all the pollen granules on their back legs. That's the pollen that they're bringing in. If they're bringing in pollen, that's a good indicator that they have a queen. Give them a little bit of smoke, not too much. We don't want to get the queen running around in there. That's a pretty full looking nuke. Looking down on the top, we can see there's some honey banded around the top of that frame. Just from first glance, looks like a pretty strong nuke. The box set up, a deep box. I'll pull the first 3 frames out. First frames in these always fit a little tight. Be real careful not to roll any bees. On the first frame here we can see there's a nice brood pattern. We got eggs in the cells, so there's definitely a queen, and right there she is. Pretty nice looking Italian. Set her down in there. Be careful not to jar. Another really nice frame of brood. You see a little bit of pollen in the corners, the yellow pollen. nice looking nuke going into winter. Again, another frame. All the open cells, probably can't see them on camera, but they all are full of eggs. Fourth frame down in there. These are, you can see these are the fresh, uncapped, freshly extracted frames we pulled the basswood out of a couple weeks ago. They'll move on to that really quickly. It's still wet, still sticky. We get our frames in there, spaced out and centered. You can see we still got a lot of bees left in the nuke box. Just take them, tap them on the ground a couple times, shake them right on top. A puff of smoke to persuade them down in a little quicker. Carefully set a lid on top, and that's installed. As you can see, they've adjusted nicely to their new home already.
As you can see, we've got the nucleus colonies installed. Brian's loading the empty nuke boxes onto the truck, and we're going to finish up here and move on to the next bee yard. We'll work hard with these hives to get them ready for the season, give them a little extra feed if they need it to take them to South Carolina. The rest of the beehives we're going to leave alone. We want them to be uninterrupted in making honey and making their preparations for winter until harvest in about 2 weeks. Thanks so much for joining us on our life on the bee farm, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.